Now, this episode is here to help you survive stressful times. This year is going to be a bit of a challenge for all of us, whether it's not being able to spend time with our family, the stress of just the pandemic, and everybody in their funk. In these difficult times, we will have feelings of sadness, of fear, anxiety. And you know what? There are your feelings. And you know what? Fear can also be caused by uncertainty. When we live with uncertainty, we feel unsafe, and that causes us to feel fear. And I've worked with Gabby Bernstein pretty extensively, and I love her recommendation that she has when you're working on fear is work on your inner child when dealing with your fear or your sadness in your lives. Talk to your inner child. For me, my feelings right now, I'll share it with you, are sadness, as I won't be seeing my family for this Christmas. I do talk to them a lot and I think about them, but I physically cannot be with them this year. And it makes me very sad. And what Gabby has taught me what to do is feel my feeling. So honor my sadness, honor my fear, honor that I'm feeling a little out of control, and then breathe into that feeling. Now, when you talk to your inner child, do it with love and do it with compassion. Don't try to ignore what you're feeling. And for instance, if you're feeling sad and lonely or whatever, and someone goes, get over it, that doesn't help. That doesn't work. Don't try to ignore what you're feeling. And if you're feeling sad or if you're feeling fearful, confused, scared, those are your feelings. Honor them. If you need to step away and have a cry, then honor that feeling. There's times where sometimes we just need to be alone and feel our feelings. And what I do is that once I do feel my feelings, I say to myself, little Denise, I've got you. I know you're having a hard time right now, and I know you feel sad and you feel fearful, but I love you and I'm here for you and I respect you. And I know that you're scared and confused, but you know what? That's okay. And give yourself a hug. Physically, give yourself a hug and tell your inner child that all will be well, all will be okay. You are okay to have these feelings. We all do. And what I do then is I switch stuff around. What I like using is gratitude practices. That always helps me. So then I spend a few moments and I write down 10 things that you're grateful for and really look at what you're grateful for. For instance, I love my home. I love my little apartment. And I take a look around and I take in that appreciation. Now, what do I love about it? I love my porch. I love being able to sit outside when it's a nice day. What makes me feel good about this place? I love the old antique floors in this place and the high ceilings, the openness of it. Really feel your gratitude. Take it to the next level and feel those feelings of gratefulness. Now you've honored your feelings. Now switch it up. You can even call a friend, hug your dog, pet your cat. What I'm going to stress to you again and again is taking care of yourself. And that means self-care. You don't have to go crazy with it. You can spend 10, 15-minute break and give your mind and body and your stress a rest. It can be as simple as going for a walk, sitting in silence, meditation, listening to music, dancing, yoga, exercise, or taking a nap, taking a nice bath. What makes you take that time away from your stressors and do things to make you feel good? Now, in this time with the holidays, boundaries is another topic I'm going to cover. So one Christmas, it was like my worst Christmas ever, ever, ever. I went to go see my mom, who was about an hour drive in the city. And so we went down there and had a good time. And my partner's family was from another city. So we drove to that other city. And mind you, I'm in Canada. So we do have that issue of snow and the roads were horrible. So I don't know. I can't remember how long it actually took us to get to his family. And we get to his family and his family was so stressed out. I mean, everybody was fighting. So his parents had been split. So we'd have to see his mom and his dad separately. And then I don't know, I can't remember who exactly, but this aunt wasn't talking to this aunt, and that person wasn't talking to that person. So we ended up having to go to, I can't remember, 5, 6, 7 different families to see them all separately because they were all fighting. And just their stress really it burdened me. It made me feel stressed because it does. There's bad vibes and bad stress coming from other people will latch on to our feelings as well. And what I should have said was no. We are going to this place and we're going to that place. And instead, we wanted to make everybody happy. So we bounced around to all these different families. And in the end, we ended up at his mother's place. Well, she didn't want the dog there. Well, I had a dog, and I had a big dog. It was a Bouvier, huge dog. So the dog had to sit in the truck. Well, I think what happened was is that someone gave her something that she shouldn't be eating. So I don't know. I go out a few hours later and she had thrown up everywhere. Like everywhere. There was not 1 inch of my truck that didn't have dog pukey on it. So now I'm with the hose and washing and cleaning out my truck. And it was just, oh, what a mess. And think about it. I have a 5 hour drive to do, and we had to sit on garbage bags with the windows closed because it was winter and it was snowing. And that didn't even top things off. We get home, and the next day we all woke up sick. So now I'm in a household. I don't have anybody caring for me. I've got to carry for my stepdaughter, and we're all sick, and we were sick for the whole holidays. So, you know what? Sometimes stressing yourself to the point of getting sick is just not worth it. And you know what I did the next Christmas? I said, no, I'm not doing this again. I stayed home. I enjoyed my Christmas. I opened up my home to whoever wanted to come and visit me. And you know what? A couple of his family did come up together in a car to visit and to stay. And we had a non stressful holiday. Big difference. So if you start feeling frustrated, resentful, angry, or you feel manipulated, taken advantage of, or disrespected, or overwhelmed or stressed, there's likely a boundary that is missing or being ignored. Now, with this pandemic, there is so much uncertainty in regards to protecting each other's health, whether you have elderly parents or grandparents in your world. Do you really want a house full of people? Do you want to go to a house full of people? These are major issues at the moment. But you know what? Setting a boundary can be easy as I don't feel comfortable doing this. I had a girlfriend who had a milestone birthday a couple weekends ago, and she invited me to her house. And she just said, I'm going to have a few people over. Well, I have a couple people in my world that are not that healthy. So I tend to stay to myself to avoid being exposed to anything. And so I phoned her up and I said, you know what? I don't feel comfortable being in your apartment with a lot of people. What I would like to do is come early. And when everybody else comes, I'll leave. And you know what she said? She said, that's a great idea, Denise, because no, those people aren't in your bubble. And I want to see you, and I wanted to see her. So we came to a compromise. You cannot tell others what to do, but you can tell them what you want. If someone doesn't respect your boundaries, then you need plan B, whether it's you don't go at all, or you leave, or you hang up, or you disconnect yourself somehow. Now, I have a free guide. It's Create Boundaries, How to Create Boundaries 101. The link will be in the note, and it gives you 3 steps on creating your boundaries. Now, the third topic I'm going to cover here, and the final topic, is don't overextend yourself. Now, I see this time and time again. We overextend ourselves. We want to do everything for everyone, and we want to do it perfectly. Things don't have to be perfect. As humans, we're not perfect. We don't have to do everything ourselves either. Reach out and ask others to help. So if you're making a dinner and someone asks to bring something, say, heck yes, bring it on. It will also get others involved. Plus, you'll get a variety of flavors to enjoy, possibly recipes to share amongst yourselves. So if you ask for help, people do like to help. I know for myself, if someone else is doing the main meal, I love to help because I know how much work is put into having the main meal. And also the whole hosting aspect. It's not just cooking the meal, it's cleaning, decorating, getting out the fine silverware and what have you. It's all the other little things that add up. I hope these tips help you through these hard times. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. And I do thank you for all your support that you've shown me throughout this year. And I wish you a safe, fun, loving, stress-free holiday season. And from my heart to yours, happy holidays. And I'll see you next year.